All right, I have no idea how I'm supposed to even do this intro. You're probably wondering why I don't have a shirt on. I'm gonna do a shaving video. You probably already knew that though through the introduction or the title of this video. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, so I'm just gonna jump right into this. I'm doing this in response to some of my sister-in-laws who have visited my home due to because I'm married to their sister. They've all seen my shaving kit, and if you haven't seen my shaving kit, I am now using a safety razor, something that a lot of people think is dangerous, and I use shave butter. I think that's upside down. No, it's not. Okay, shave butter. I have been shaving for since high school. Most men do. And my skin consistently breaks out. It consistently is sensitive to all the different chemicals and things that are touching it. And the razors themselves have like 7 blades in them. Some of them have 5, but I think the old one I used had like 5. Anyways, so I've always had really sensitive skin, and I've never been able to have a shave to a point where it was where I wanted it to be. And on top of that, it would always leave my skin feeling very sensitive and very red. Like I never felt like I got a good shave. So I'm doing this in response to some people saying safety razors are not a good idea, but also because I have a few sister-in-laws who said this would be a fun thing to watch. So you're welcome to skip around to different areas of the video. I'm actually only going to shave like half my face for the video because it'd take a long time to record this, and I don't want you to stay here any more than you have to. So before I bore you with more introduction, I'm just going to jump right into this. So the way I do this, because a lot of guys apparently, well, mainly only one guy that I know of, he's my brother-in-law. Apparently his wife talked to him about using this kind of razor, and he was nervous about a learning curve. I looked up videos on how this stuff works, and quite frankly, there's really not much of a learning curve. The only learning curve you're going to run into is there isn't one. In my opinion, there's not a learning curve with learning how to use a safety razor. So now that I'm 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this, I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. Kudos to a coworker of mine for telling me how to first begin the shaving process. Just like this. I get my face nice and damp with a damp cloth. You can use cold water. I really don't think this part matters. Most guys who shave already know how to do this part. So like I said, feel free to skip ahead or go to whatever part you feel you need to go to. This is just the beginning of my shaving. So the conditioner part I only recently discovered through my coworker. He showed me that using some conditioner before you shave helps keep the hairs soft. And gives you a nice face massage. As you can see, I'm very, very thorough when it comes to getting my face ready. I can't help it. My face is so sensitive. My skin is like I have my mom's skin, as my dad says. It's extremely sensitive. It's whose facial skin isn't sensitive. So now that I got my conditioner on there, while it's soaking in there, I get my shave butter ready. So this is the part that I actually had a hard time with kind of figuring out how I wanted to do this or how to do it. I'm telling you, if you get into this, look up videos on how to do this. It's not that hard. A lot of guys that have been doing this for years, they haven't gone back to the razors that have 5 blades on them. And speaking of that, it's interesting to me that these safety razors and these, what do you call them? The one-edged blades. I can't even remember what they're called. But these blades are all made of stainless steel. They don't have that plastic cartridge that has like 5 blades in them. And when I looked up videos about if I should switch to the safety razor, I found multiple videos talking about why you should. And the one that stuck out the most to me was one video talking about how these cartridges that Harry's and Gillette sell, all these different 5 and 6 blade razors, apparently every time you run the razor over your face, you got to multiply that by 5 or 6 or 7, however many blades you have on the cartridge. And when he said that, I just realized every time I shaved, I was running a blade over my skin hundreds of times. On top of that, you have a plastic cartridge that's sliding against your skin. Plastic, and it just the way they pointed it out to me made sense on why my skin was breaking out the way it was when it came to shaving. So, yeah, stainless steel single blade safety razor has done some miracles for me. I'm now gonna thoroughly clean off the conditioner. Like I said, you don't need to listen to all of the commentary. This is the part where I'm going to walk through how I get the safety razor to work for me. So now we got that going. This is the part that some people are probably really wondering about. How do you get the shaving cream to activate? And it's really not that hard. You simply, I take my brush, go like this a little bit to get some of the cream on there. I already have a lot of cream on there. You take the cup. These you can get these on Amazon in a package deal, but you want just a tiny bit of water in there, not even that much, just enough to get the soap to activate. And you just do this until you get a nice foam in there. Skip to the next part if you just want to see me actually start applying this stuff. But for those of you who might consider doing something like this, I do suggest you watch as much as possible. Because who knows, maybe suddenly I inspire you to start shaving the real way. My camera's over there, not over there. Oh, much better. Much better. Now we're getting my foam in there. So, little by little, the foam eventually does get thicker, but I'm going to do my right side because that's where my camera's at. But the way it starts out is just a bunch of soapy bubbles. Eventually, it'll thicken up eventually when I use it more and let the air get to it a little bit more. But yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. Not a huge deal. Now, a safety razor, the way it works, just real quick, it uses pressure. There's an actual thin blade in there. I'm not sure if the camera can see it, but that thin blade is thin enough that this pressurizes up against it and it bends that blade. Like if you get one of these, you'll see how it works. It bends the blade slightly, just enough for you to not have to do something crazy with the razor to angle it. Now, once we jump into this, you'll probably wonder, well, how do you angle it? How do you do this? I'm telling you, if you try this out, you'll have to feel out how your face feels against the razor, and you gotta feel it out. You gotta use your hand-eye coordination and figure out how this feels against your skin. You won't cut yourself as much as you think you do. Don't let people scare you and think safety razors are gonna kill you, because they won't. You just gotta know what you're doing. I'm going to apply just a little bit more. The key to a good shave is how much shave cream you use. If you go over a surface more than a couple of times, make sure you apply extra shave butter. And now I will proceed. And as you shave, you'll even hear the blade cut the hair. That means it's working. I go over it again just for fun, because I like having a very clean face. That's what I was trying to remember. As I was shaving, I was trying to remember what I was going to say next. So, as you're shaving, I gotta remember again. It keeps on slipping my mind. There we go. Okay. Now the safety razor works with gravity. You don't apply a whole lot of pressure. You kind of just let it sit on your skin, and you kind of gently glide it over your skin. You don't want to push too hard, because if you do, it'll cut you. You just want to let it slowly glide over your skin. Like you basically just want to have it resting on your skin, and then nice and gentle. This is one blade. One blade doing all this good stuff for me. You're welcome to skip to the end if you want, because from here on out, I'm just gonna go through my routine of how I do things. If you want commentary, turn some music on, because I can't really talk when I shave. And as you can see, I have not cut myself at all. No cuts, no blood. Pretty smooth. Always apply more, especially with the safety razor. You want as much lubrication on your face as possible. You need it smooth, and you need it to be clean. That's what the shave butter's for. Oh, I love that sound. I can hear my razor running over my hairs, and it's just like I can hear it, but it almost sounds like it's just cutting it nicely, not like destroying my face. You don't need to watch the rest of this. It's just gonna be this. I'm gonna shave the rest of my right side of my face, then it's gonna be over. I just had a request to do this, so I'm doing it. Oh, if you're really that nervous about trying this out, when you first try it out, go very softly. Like do a couple of runs if you need to. There's nothing wrong with doing it more than one. Like with the razor itself is designed to just do it all in one showing. But I have sensitive skin. I can't do that. So I gotta do it a couple of times. I only go against the grain the first time, because if I go with the grain, it actually hurts this area down here. I've always had a razor burn down here until I switched to the safety razor. And after the safety razor, I started being able to individually go whatever direction I needed to on each part of my face, which I think has been a big result of why I no longer get razor burn. So I'm gonna do this one more time. Now I can go with the grain. So if you've noticed, I'm putting barely any pressure against my skin when the blade is activated on top of it. All right. I'm probably going to go back over that, but due to length of this video, I'm going to proceed to go to my lip. My wife has actually told me after I switched to the safety razor, my lip is a lot softer now. And my hair, my beard, I feel like is growing back a bit thicker. I don't know. I could be just lying to myself. So the whole point of this safety razor thing is the old razors that I used to use, the plastic cartridges, I would always feel like it was pulling my skin rather than cutting the hair. And some of the videos even pointing that out. Like if your razor is pulling your hair instead of cutting it, you've got too many blades. It just needs to be one swift motion, one swift cut. And I honestly felt that with some of my older razors, some of my older cartridges. Just to clean this up, I'm going to redo it, but to clean it up, I'm going to show you how clean this really looks. I know it's on camera, so you really can't see it. It needs to be seen in person. And some people might even disagree with me that this is not the best way to do it. I beg to differ. But as you can see, there are no cuts. It actually looks pretty clean for a rough video. Huh. Okay, I'm done checking myself out. So this is my safety razor shaving video, whether it's a tutorial or whether you already clicked off of it. If you did watch all the way through to this point, let me know in the comments how you felt about this. If it's something that was useful, if it's not. I did this because I was told this might be an interesting video. So that is the safety razor, the evidence that it does not cut you or do anything to your skin. I'm not sure where that stereotype came out of, but I'm telling you, those plastic cartridges damaged my skin. They gave me crazy razor burn. And I used aftershave, I used all kinds of facial creams to stop that from happening. Nothing worked. I took all the advice I could get. And then I went to a safety razor. I did my own research on that. The safety razor worked, and it happens to be the original way people used to shave. Just one blade. And they did not use shaving cream either. I'm pretty sure they all used this butter stuff or wax or whatever. I'm telling you, the old-fashioned way of shaving. It may or may not be the best way to shave.